they are looking at this little world, which it really was little. And as you say, it was quite punk, and it was these great labels like Deconstruction and these record, but them seeing that they needed this part of the market to kind of, and they needed that dance thing, because ultimately they had pop, but they needed this to be able to cut through.
Yeah, well, what happened was, from my estimation, and I may have the dates wrong, so forgive me for this, but my timeline a lot of it began with the Masters at Work re-recording of Losing Myself by Debbie Gibson. Debbie Gibson had put out this record, and it was her adult record. She had dimmed the color for blonde.
I remember it, yeah.
And it bombed. It was a good record, but nothing. And Atlantic Records had spent a fortune on that record. And that was actually when I met Deborah. She has to be called Deborah. And they were like, okay, we need this record to chart somewhere, because they had Diane Gibson, Debbie's manager, and her mom up their asses, and because they weren't charting a Debbie Gibson record. And back then, this was a big deal, right? It'd be the same as if a Rihanna record wasn't charting. So the guy who was running the dance department at the time, I believe it was Joey Carvello, went to Louis Vega and Kenny Dope, who were, Masters at Work. That was the team name. And they were, having big records as a team. And he goes, create a track and sample her. Doesn't have to be the song, just create a track. Put her on there. We're going to put it out as a Debbie Gibson record, and let's see what happens. And it went to #1 on the club chart. And then it went to #1 on the sales chart, which means that people bought it. And then they put out an edit. They didn't do anything. But then all of the major labels started to see that you could save a record that was dying with a remix. And then people like Michael Jackson's team, like Madonna, who obviously spent her life in the clubs, were seeing that, wait a minute, wait. We could have a cool factor. We could make more money. We could have more #1s on different charts if we start hiring these guys, whether they be Masters at Work, David Morales, Brothers in Rhythm, whomever. And we could have, the quote, multi-format hit. That's when, 12-inch singles started selling like crazy. Then we started getting cassette singles and CD singles and all that. And that's where things like, you guys doing Michael Jackson came in. But at first it was, and that's also then when we started to get actual club artists like CeCe Peniston, CeCe Music Factory, etc. Because then it was like, oh, wait a minute. Do these guys who save our records know singers? Can we just not spend $100,000, 100,000 pounds on some pop producer who's not even going to give us the hit because we're going to have to go to Masters at Work to fix it? Do they know anybody? Can they make a record for us? Do they know how to do something that's 3.5 minutes? And that's when everything really blew up.